In this video, a Canada goose blocks my path. I analyze a potential campsite, nothing wrong with the view, and I spend a couple days in paradise. Today, I'm paddling the southern shore of Phillip Edward Island to soak in the beauty of Georgian Bay and to do a little camping. And this is a special video to commemorate achieving a small personal goal. Well, I'm on the Chikanishing Creek and I'm about to head into the Georgian Bay. And this trip marks my 100th video. So it's a special trip, special video. Hope you enjoy it. Too bad there isn't such a thing as smell-o-vision yet, because there's a really powerful scent coming from this area of the creek, and I think it's pollen. It doesn't smell bad or anything, it just it's very powerful. I'm about to leave the creek, head into Georgian Bay, do some camping for a couple days and nights. I thought my wife would be kind of worried about me being out there all by myself on the big water, but she seemed perfectly fine with it. So that's good. Alright, so we just left the creek and now we're out into the channel that goes in behind Phillip Edward Island. And we're heading for that point and getting on the south side of Phillip Edward Island, so the Georgian Bay side. It's a little bit more rugged than the inside channel. And even though it's a perfectly calm day, more or less, the swells are building already. It's about 8:30 in the morning. But can't complain about this weather. Pretty good. Alright, so I'm about 30 minutes into a paddle, kind of a leisurely paddle with the wind behind me, and the water is beautiful to be on. First few islands that I've passed, many of them had campers on them already, so there's a lot of people out here. So I'm heading east toward the Fox Islands. I don't think I'm going to go that far today, although it wouldn't be hard to reach from here. I'm going to try and find something a little bit closer and save those for another day, perhaps. There's rocks and shoals everywhere, and even though you think you're out in the middle of deep enough water, one will sneak up on you, so I have to be very careful not to damage the skeg on this thing. I've learned it's pretty important. And aside from that, it's just nothing but raw beauty. Well, I just found two ideal looking places to camp. There's fire pits out on the rock near the water and everything. But man, it's just too beautiful out here to not be paddling at the moment, and especially when you see little places like this that I'm going to go through, I hope. It's unbelievable. Who wants to leave this? Not this guy. The only drawback to those sites I just passed are that they're still relatively close to the creek. We're less than an hour out, so a pretty good chance as the week progresses, more people are going to come out toward the long weekend and want to be there, and I don't want it to be crowded. Well, here's my view if I choose to stay here. The only knock on this site so far is a bit of a hike from the boat to where the tent's probably going to go. Let's go have a look though anyway. This like there's an abundant supply of firewood in the area. Dead stuff, ready to go. Fire ring. A place for a tent. This tree, wow. I wonder if that's where the old tent pad was. I decided to pass on this site, and I'm glad I did, because a little further on, I found this. Alright, here we are under the big blue tarp. We're staring northward. The Cloche Mountains is far in the distance. I don't think you can see them with the camera, but I can see them. And it's beautiful. I've got this little island off of an island, all to myself. Surprisingly enough, there are campers to my left and to my right, but I don't really see them unless I go to a certain spot on the rock out near the main bay. And they don't see me unless they do the same, so it's kind of nice that way. Plenty of room for everybody. It's just a beautiful spot. No wonder people love coming here. I know I do. Anyway, I'll show you around the campsite. So we have a new tent. Took me a while to set it up, but that was because I did not bother to read the instructions. So this is a two-person tent, they say. If there was two people in here, they would have to be very close friends. So it's comfortable enough for one person. Two would be a bit of a squeeze. I would have brought the mansion tent, but there just wasn't enough room in the kayak. I think I have a picture of all the bags sitting out there. All of that managed to fit in the kayak with only one on top. So I did pretty well. But I had to downsize the tent and my sleeping bag. So there's the Fly North kayak. I've turned it upside down. I don't plan on using it the rest of the day. I came here to relax. It is really hot out here today. My weather app said about 29 degrees. I believe it. The humidity is pretty thick as well. But I'm not going to complain. This is what I came here for. I love being out here. We'll find some blueberries. So this little island has about 3 or 4 different spots you could put a tent if you wanted. It actually took me a good 15 minutes to make a decision on where I wanted mine, and the location of the shade had an awful lot to do with it. There's a fire ring. There's plenty of shade. There's a beautiful breeze. There are 0 bugs out here. Some prospective campers. And that's the channel between my little island and the main island. So technically I'm on an island. Sunset on Georgian Bay.